Hi everyone, Dr. David Kulla here with Synergy Wellness in New York City. This gentleman traveled all the way from California to treat here in New York City for his costochondritis. At this point, how are you doing? We're about, what, a week and a half in? Or two weeks in?
Yes.
So he stayed here for about 2 weeks treatment. And why don't you tell folks how you're doing?
Amazingly improved. Suffered for about 10 years, variety of doctors, treatment centers, nothing worked. And I could take deep breaths and it's lasting now. The treatment is starting to, I would say I'm probably about 60 to 70% of where I need to be. It's miraculous.
Yeah, obviously we'd love to treat him more. He has to go back to California, but I think he'll be back here in New York to finish up the treatment, the care.
These 2 to 3 weeks that I've been here are literally the first period of time in almost a decade that I didn't have a period where I couldn't breathe properly, where I was out of breath or getting anxiety. It's amazing, and I'm sold on the laser therapy.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, that's really great to hear. He is going to be taking home a patent pending device that I created called the Reflux Shield. And that's going to help him also with the breathing, with the diaphragm being able to lift, and also the panic attacks, right? You haven't had panic attacks in a couple weeks. Those were really severe. Having severe panic attacks, those are gone. A lot of that has to do with the vagus nerve and the hiatal hernia, but also the costochondritis can create that, heart palpitations and panic attacks. So symptoms that sometimes gastroenterologists or doctors, primary care physicians just don't associate with costochondritis or hiatal hernia. So I want to show you guys, everybody has a different shaped diaphragm. Right, we have one gentleman that I showed you with the wide diaphragm. We had somebody else with a narrow diaphragm where the ribs come straight up to one little point right in the middle. Patrick here, who has a normal width diaphragm. His diaphragm is about that wide, about 2 finger widths apart, and that's about normal for most people, okay? We're gonna find where the ribs come up together, right to that point, and you'll feel a bony point, and you go right below that. And that's the start of where we want to put the reflux shield. It's really important that you get this right. If you don't get this right, you're just not going to have results that you want. So here's the center, and I'm going to put this part of the reflux shield right on the center, and then it's to the left. So the whole reflux shield itself, the body of this piece, is to the left of that xiphoid process or to the left of that center part right here. But notice his rib is right here. So when I push down, you could see his rib right above. That's what you want. You don't want to push on the rib. You're going to, it's not going to feel good. So you want to push down right below the rib. And that's where the stomach herniates. Just above this is where the stomach herniates through your diaphragm. So you want to make sure that you have the right positioning. Again, ribs come together. That's the xiphoid process. You put the edge of the reflux shield right here where the finger is, under the rib. You want to push down and make sure you're under the rib, not on top of the rib. And then he's going to take one hand like this. And notice how this reflux shield is in a diagonal position towards his knees. So it's at a 45-degree angle from his stomach here, okay? And then neutral and then drive, and that's how we slide it down. But we're going to start in park. So you're going to take one hand, push that in. Yep. Take the other hand, put it over the top there. Good. And then you're going to push in, so breathe in and out. And with each exhalation, you're going to push this in further and try to get as far as you can. If you feel a pulsation, of course, pull back just a little bit because that's your abdominal aorta. But once you feel like you've got it all the way in, again, each exhalation push in further. And it could take a minute or two, especially in the beginning, for your belly to loosen up. If your stomach muscles are really tight, then this might take a minute or two extra. So be patient. And once you get it into the right depth, you're going to go maintain that pressure and then go to park, to neutral, to drive, and first gear. Yep. Put the head of the thing towards you. Now he's in neutral. Now he's in drive. And you're going to keep that, maintain that pressure. Yep. Now first gear. Yeah. And you heard him just belch right there. That's common with hiatal hernia correction, especially right afterwards. And you're going to slide it down like that. Yeah. Okay, and you can lighten up once you get near the like an inch from the belly button. You can lighten up a little. It's really the beginning, that scooping motion, That's the most important. So we're gonna go ahead and show you that again. Okay, so start and park. Yep, so you find your xiphoid process, place it under the rib, place 2 hands over it, and it's gonna be at a 40, it's gonna be facing down towards your feet. Yep. Now again, you can use a little dollop of lotion, which would probably be good for him. You could put it on the edge of the tool or right here, right at the xiphoid process. Once you have it in deep enough, maintain that pressure. Go from park to neutral, good. Neutral to drive, good. And first gear, see his hands like this. And then you're gonna slide the device all the way down.
Is this sliding down your stomach too? Or
Yep, sliding down right in the center line of the stomach or even slightly to the left of the belly button. Okay, but when you get about an inch above the belly button here, you can lighten up. You don't need to use as much pressure. The pressure and the most important part is right up here, scooping that stomach, that hernia out, okay? So folks, I hope you get something out of this video and keep using the Reflux Shield properly. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact us. Thanks for tuning in.